honorable friends, all of my viewers, welcome back. Would you like to hear a story? Yes, I think everybody like to hear a story. Let me tell you one story which I used to hear from my grandma when I was very young. I was 5 years old, I think. And during bedtime, every day, I used to hear the same story from my grandma again and again. But we never felt bored because of her style of telling the story in a very simple language, in our native language, village language. So story goes on. There used to be a village market once in a week, and in that big village market there are two vendors, two women. One woman was selling flowers and another woman was used to sell fish. So friendship grows between them, and they become very much intimate to each other. So one such incident, it was very late to close the market, and so the fish vendor, that woman, she felt that it is not safe to go home in her village at that late night. So considering her requirement, her friend, the flower vendor, has told her friend, "Not worry, you can stay in my place." So she stayed in her place. After taking their dinner, when they slept, what happened? The flower vendor easily came into sleep, and the fish vendor, she was finding that it is very difficult to go on sleep. Despite of being tiredness, she couldn't sleep well. So what she did, she then took the basket of her fish, and then she spread some water so that the smell of fish comes. And when the smell of fish comes, she went into sleep very easily. So moral of the story is that there are something related to our habitual practice with the sleep. So he was used to sleep within the smell of that fish, and that smell of the fish might be very irritating for many, but she was habituated with that, and that was the reason she could not sleep well. So long story short, there are certain relationships with the habit I told you, but apart from habit also there are other things also with the sleep. And there might be some incident that even after strong, great sleep in the long night hours, but while getting up in the mornings, you are feeling that you are tired, you are feeling the headache, a lot of anxiety. Despite of being the very soft bed, sometimes we feel like that. What's the reason behind it? I remember my childhood time, the same grandma used to tell that never sleep on your head oriented in the northern directions, and she correlated with it with the head of Lord Ganesha. Some evil spirit might come and it will be harmful. At that time I didn't understand scientifically what is the reason, and I couldn't get the answer. But recently, through the study of the internet and with the recent video what I got in the internet, I came to know there are some scientific reason also. And according to Hindu Vastu Shastra also, it is said, never keep your head in the north directions. And the best direction for the orientation with your head is either east or the south. Both are okay. But recent study of the scientific approach, it reveals that the people who are residing in the north hemisphere and they are keeping their heads in the southern directions, they get the best result in terms of the sleep, and they get quite comfortable feelings while they get up in the morning next day. What's the reason behind it? The reason behind it is that the earth has some magnetic field, north to south. Similarly, our body has also a magnetic field, and our head resembles to the north and our foot resembles to the south. So when we put our head north in the northern directions in the northern hemisphere, so it will interact. The magnetic lines of both body and the earth magnetic lines interact with each other, and it affects us. Whereas if we go reverse, that means orientation will be the head towards the south and feet towards the north. In that case, we can feel the relaxed mode in the next morning. Our sleep will be very much sound. According to the scientific study, it says that even in the case we sleep with the head oriented in the eastern directions, in that case, the power of sun enters to the head and goes to the feet, and thus in the morning you can feel the cool head and the hot feet. And in case of the western direction, the reverse thing happens. That means your head will be hot, and in case of northern orientation of the head during the sleeping, the iron particle present in the blood becomes attracted in the head directions. At that times, it will be the reason for the anxiety in the northern directions. But in case of the people who are residing in the southern hemisphere, the reverse is the true. In case of the southern hemisphere, the northern direction is ideal, and people should avoid at any cost in their orientation of the head towards the south. That will be the best result. Now let me give you the benefit of the sound sleep. There are many benefits of the sound sleep. During the sleep, we rejuvenate and our body systems become charged. That is the reasons with the sound sleep we become fresh in the mornings. And for a normal human being, every day 7 to 9 hours of the sleep is required to keep our body fit. Now I am going to tell you the benefits of sleep, benefits of good sleeps. Number 1, it increases the attention and concentration in our mind, because after having total rest, we can become more attentive and we can put more concentration. Number 2, it helps in memorizing. Our memory power increases after good sleep. Number 3 is that it maintains the healthy weight, because it can perfectly control the production of the hormones ghrelins and leptins. So ghrelins and leptins are two hunger hormones. The more productions of the ghrelins signals that more eating is required. So when your body is tired, your body signals that some more food will be required for the continuous supply of the energy, and that's why you will have developed the more eating habit, the extra eating, overeating. And function of leptin is quite reverse. It controls the hungers, it controls the appetite. Number 4, your health will be improved in terms of the heart. Your heart will be improved and there will be reduction in the tendency of stroke. Number 5, you will develop a strong immunization. Your immunity power will increase, enhance. Number 6, your emotional health and your mental health will improve a lot. Number 7. Number 7 is that it will help in the reduction of the stress, and also it will reduce the depression level. Number 8, it will produce a good relaxation sensation. Number 9, the body will repair, and it has been observed that during the night time when we sleep, the body produces more protein, and you know these proteins are the building block of our body, and these proteins help us to develop immunity strength. And number 10, last but not the least, the sleep prevents the cancer as well. In terms of melatonin, melatonin is also a hormone produced in our brain, and melatonin just strengthens this immunization cells in our body. So ultimately what happened, with a good sleep we can prevent a lot of things, lot of ailments, including the mental disease, Alzheimer's, like any other disease. My dear friend, stay awesome, stay happy and stay healthy. And you know very well, for staying healthy you need to have enjoyed adequate sleep. Adequate sleep of 7 to 9 hours in a day during the night time. My dear friend, stay awesome, stay happy and stay joyful. My dear honorable friends, if you really liked this video, please don't forget to press the like button and also subscribe the channel. Your subscription is always our motivation. My dear friends, stay awesome, stay productive.